Hello, chickadees. Welcome to another episode of Mojo Mysticism. Today, it's all about adventure that is closing. So the closing of a chapter of adventure and what's next for us. So come on in. Welcome in, chickadees. So the rest of this week, we're going to do a 3-card reading out of the Oracle of Portals deck. Oracle of Portals deck. And the reading will be, the first card, which will be today, is about the past. So this will be a situation or adventure that you've been on recently. Tomorrow we'll talk about the present, the card for the present. And then the day after we will talk about the future possible card. So today, our first card is card number 5. This is the card that's in the past position, and the card is adventure. So this is the adventure card. So this card is telling us to understand the adventure that we are just closing down or that we've recently been on. Could be a trip, could be a situation, could be a cracking open. So for me, it's a cracking open. So that happened in May. And that I call that the mountaintop experience. It'll be in my book that's coming out next year called Shift. I'll put the cover up here or here. I don't know where. It'll be up. But this book really is the result of that mountaintop experience, and that adventure is entering a new era. So it's given me definitely a new perspective. And that's what these adventures do. So look in your life and see what has happened recently, or what am I currently kind of coming to the end of that has given me an adventure and a fresh perspective about my life and my growth. So the other thing that this really relates to, this whole idea of adventure, is moving us out of what we are familiar with, getting us out of our complacent nature of doing the same thing every day, and moving us into a place where we are allowed to see something new and to experience something new and to have new information come to us, and that empowers us then to take the next step in our life. So I liken it to when I get into a habit of doing something that may not be very skillful, that I need something to kind of break that cycle. And that's what adventure gives us. It gives us something that is thrilling, exhilarating, and keeps us engaged in a way that empowers us to move out of our comfort zone, move out of complacency, and move into this idea of excitement, exploration, looking at what might be next for us. And I love it. Bashar often talks about following the path of most excitement. And that's really what this is about, is in adventure, is looking at what is it that excites me the most, or what is it that's come my way that seemingly came out of left field that really excites me, that I want to participate in or I want to take part in some way. So yeah, when life kind of throws us curveballs, those curveballs are aimed at our complacency. So we are invited with those curveballs to step outside of that complacency zone, our comfort zone, and move into what's next. And these adventures also remind us of how much fun life is supposed to be. So if you think back, when was the last time you set a goal? You may have some goals set now that you're working toward. I certainly do. But if you haven't, think back to the last time you actually set a goal and then worked to achieve that goal. And think about the kind of two seemingly opposed things that were happening, right? We don't set goals for things that are easy usually. Sometimes I do. We usually set goals that challenge us, right? Because we understand this idea of a goal and the achievement of a goal being a combination of both the challenge of achieving it and the delight along the way. So this is really what the adventure was about, is allowing and seeing what that adventure was. We each have had one. We're just invited to look at it. So, and look at how it got us out of our comfort zone, how it maybe prepared us for the next step. And if you don't feel like you're closing out an adventure right now, that's okay. Think back to the last time that you did and what that felt like, and how that chapter kind of closing in your life was the beginning of the next chapter, which was maybe even more exciting than the one that closed. So that's what this card is about. I love that they use the hot air balloon image here, because the hot air balloons are, there's such beautiful things that float on the wind, that use the wind. So similar to like sailboats and that sort of thing. But they use the wind, and the wind kind of is the analogy for the spirit world, right? And the universe guiding us, and our guides and counsels guiding us to what's next. We do have some control over it, obviously. We can choose to get out of the balloon or not get in the balloon at all. We can also choose to direct the balloon in other ways that will miss the mark, frankly. So I think that's the other thing we're being asked to do here, is to allow our guides to guide us, right? To do what they're here to do, and to actually guide us, and to listen to that guidance, to understand that it's going to be comfortable. We're going to have that challenge and delight along the way. I'll tell you, the delight is also in the challenge. So at least that's been my experience. So I just love this. This is absolutely true in my life. As I mentioned, the mountaintop kind of experience. I get to take that with me, and I am building on that and with what's next. So I am just so grateful for that adventure. And it was so much fun, and it was so life-changing. So I will tell you this, the mountaintop experience, I will tell you more about it as our time together goes on in the future here. And as we get closer to the publication of Shift, I will tell you more about it. But the mountaintop experience was the single most profound spiritual experience I've ever had in my life. To put it succinctly, I know what it feels like to be one with everything. That's one hell of an adventure. And I do now feel that I'm moving into a new era with that knowledge and with that understanding, and having had that experience where that is deepening and maturing within me. And so I'll just invite you to think about what that adventure is for you. It could be just taking a trip to a beautiful place and being able to soak up that beauty and really be in that space. It could be, a spiritual transformation that actually can happen through just looking at a flower. We talked about flowers yesterday. And it could be as profound as my mountaintop experience. So, but whatever it is, really look at it, because it is giving you a message about the adventure and the experience that you've had, and see where you're at with that. So, all right, chickadees, that's it for today. We will see you next time, and hope you'll hit subscribe and join us, so you get these feeds in your, you get these videos in your feed. So, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you all, and we'll see you next time. Mwah.